Woo! Alright guys, Joe from Cincinnati here. I'm doing a marathon commentating on my 7 games for this Discord League game, or this Discord League tournament. It's a round robin, so it's 7 rounds. Top 2 get into the cut, 3rd and 4th place get into a wild card where you play a 3-round Swiss, and then they fill the rest of the top cut with whoever makes it out of that. I don't know the exact numbers, we'll find out. This game is against Crane, Lennial, Kakita Lennial. And I'm seeing a pretty good start. Akarata District is less impactful against Crane because they typically don't have all that many attachments. At least the traditional core set Crane don't. I know that some are doing like Unicorn Splash. And Magistrate is pretty good against Crab, so I think that I want to mulligan just the Shrewd Yasuki. Just to see if I can get like a Keeper Monk or something like that. So I mulligan it and I get a Vanguard Warrior back, which is fine to me. I get an Assassinate, a Bonsai, a Court Games, and a Spyglass. I'm getting rid of the Bonsai and the Assassinate. Assassinate has been less of a play for me lately, especially against Crane. Because they do have the cancels. So I play Kaiyo Envoy first, obviously. He plays his little thing there. And then I play Stoic Magistrate, and he plays the Doji Challenger? Yeah, Doji Challenger with 2. So, right off the bat, I can tell my opponent's a good player because he puts 2 Fate on his 3 costers. Haha. Anyway. I have 2 Fate left, so I play a Haruma Skirmisher with 1. And I put 1 Fate on it because it's like, hey, maybe I can get away the crab off in the Fate phase. That'd be pretty sweet, right? And I start with Fire, stealthing the guy that can bow me. So I don't want to do that. And then it also kind of like makes it like, hey, do you want to defend with your dude? So I just win. I dishonor his challenger, which is an okay thing to do. I probably could have just like honored my own guy just to make sure that Voice of Honor was off, but anyway. I defend with the Kaiyo Envoy, and I Meditations on the Tao, the Doji Challenger. So it's 1-1. And I do, oh, he brings in the dude. That's a shame. Because I was trying to save that guy. He re-honors with Way the Crane, and it's 3-3, and I just pass. And he voids the Skirmisher. So he obviously knew what I was doing. Which is good. That means he's a good player. I like that. I like playing good players. So then he does an Earth Ring, and I can't do anything about it because he dragged my guy in, and then he wins, and then I discard something, and we go to the next round. I could have Way the Crab here, but honestly I just didn't even feel the need to. He still has a 2-cost guy over there, so I figured I may as well just keep the Magistrate. He plays a Guest of Honor. I play Heated Guardian, a Kaiyo Envoy, with nothing. Now if he passes, then I can Way the Crab and get rid of the Doji Challenger. That'd be a good play, right? And he does. So I do. Get rid of that Doji Challenger. That might not be a power play. I'm not getting like 6 Fate worth of value or anything like that, but I'm getting a problem character off the board, and he has 1 dude. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. He might have like, what's it called? That thing, that one guy in his hand. What do you call it? I don't know. The political rival. He might have a political rival in his hand, but honestly, I don't really care. I'm doing Air here because I want the Fate. Because Fate is delicious. And then, so I have a Way of the Crab. And I like Way of the Crab here because I can play a Skirmisher for 1, right, and put 1 fate on it. And then I'm first player next round. So if he lets me, if he doesn't play anything out right now, I can just Way of the Crab as my first action next round. And then he plays the Seeker of Knowledge, which is fine. He just gave me an Assassinate, so I could assassinate it. That'd be a nice little thing to do and break a province, you know? That'd be cool. The question is whether I do it or not. I'm not sure. And I do! I fucking murder that bitch. So, I break it. I don't discard the guy. I don't really know why. And then I resolve the ring, gaining 2 honor because I just assassinated. So I basically assassinated for 1 fate. Or for 1 honor. I paid an honor to break a province, essentially. All things considered. He attacks, I defend, and then I go up to 3 to his 2, making him actually have to play something. And he does. He outwits my guy home, but I favorable ground him back in. And then I win. And then I put a spyglass on my guy so that he can attack and not get bowed. What was it? Before the Iron Throne. Or before the throne. Yeah. So I don't break, but I win. And I honor my guy so that he can't play Voice of Honor. I get the favor. Oh, did he get the favor? Yeah, he got the favor. Shoot. But what I forgot to do is I forgot to use this guy to give a fate. So I asked him for a take back, and he let me do it. Very nice of him. A gentleman's gentleman. And I reward him by immediately Way of the Crabbing his guy. Such an ass. Alright, so he plays another Guest of Honor. I play a Crisis Breaker because that's now a thing I can play. And I pass first to get the first fate, the free fate. So I do a military air here. And I'm setting it up so that I have a bonsai so I could break depending on what he does. Now, I run into, is that Shameful Display? Yeah, I run into Shameful Display. And I'm doing air again just because I do have 6 honor. I just want to make sure that I get the right number. I'm winning currently. I'm not breaking, but I'm winning. I could bonsai to break, but I think I'm just okay with winning for now. Just buffering my honor a little bit. What I really want to do is I want to Jade Tetsubo his Gust of Honor. That's what I want to do. So he is doing Rally to the Cause. He's doing a Political Water for 4. So I defend with the I defend with my Stoic Magistrate. Now I trigger to draw a card, and then I play the Jade Tetsubo so that I can bash this fate off of him. So this Gust of Honor is going away. That way, I can clear his board again and go into the next round with an advantage. He is running Phoenix Splash. As you can see, he has Consumed by 5 Fires in his discard pile. When I'm thinking about this game, you can see he has the Imperial Palace, and he kept it through the end of the round. I think he might have even kept it through the end of the previous round too. I think what his deck is doing, I think it's a Kakita Yoshi or whatever Yoshi's surname is. Yoshi, I think he's playing Yoshi and Consumed by 5 Fires and Imperial Palace, and he's playing for the favor so that he can discard, draw 3 cards, gain get all events are 2 costs less, and then play Consumed by 5 Fires. I think that's what the game plan of this deck is. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it was. So I knocked the fate off of the Guest of Honor, and then he plays something. He plays a Magnificent Kimono. What happened here? Oh yeah, he played Spies at Court to discard 2 cards for me. That was a bummer. And then he stands his character to do a void conflict. I bring my guy in for free. And then he wins. So he voids off that from my guy, which is a bummer. I can't do anything about it. But I did clear his board. I get rid of the 2 Heated Guardians, and I get Shuichi, another Crisis Breaker, a Keeper Monk, and Shurisuke. He plays that guy, and this is another thing, is he's really getting holding screwed at this point, because he keeps holding on to this card. This is just further enhancing my thought that he is running Yoshi in this deck, and so he wants the favor, and he wants Consumed by 5 Fires, so he's going to be able to do that whole combo with Kukita Yoshi. But because he held onto this, and because he held onto this as well, he drew another one, so now all he has is a measly Savvy Politician. So I'm just playing some characters, doing my thing. My first action, I just go into Shameful Display and stealth him. I consider putting in the Yasuki, but then I'm like, wait, no, don't do that. Like, that's stupid, don't do that. So I do... I end up going over to Before the Throne instead. And he brings this guy in. I draw... I look at the top 2 cards, and they're 2 Seals of the Crab, which is not helping me right now. What's he doing here? I'm winning but not breaking. I could charge in the Crisis Breaker if I wanted to, and that's what I do. Now it's breaking. So now he plays a Seeker of Knowledge at home because he doesn't want to lose it. This is probably the only conflict character he has in hand. So I pass, I break, I give him 2 honor. And then he says that he needs to do Consumed by 5 Fires. Very good card in that scenario, but it wasn't automated at the time, I don't think. So I think it just come out. I do get the Keeper Monk, and I get the card draw and everything like that, but he cleared Fate from my characters. Like, he basically just like destroyed my characters. So because we had to do all that manually, the game didn't automate anything. So I told him just like, break the province, discard the card. And then, let's see here. So he breaks Before the Throne. And I just tell him, like, maybe just drag the card to the discard pile. Yeah, okay. So then I lose 2 honor. I guess because of all the manual stuff, he forgot that his stronghold did anything, or his holding did anything. So I just remind him, like, remember to take the 2 honor. And I said, unless you're saying you don't want to trigger it. So we're done with manual mode, and I put a fan on my guy so he doesn't get bowed. And then I win, and I mountain him. And then I go into Shameful Display, because I have 3 strength now. And you can't trigger Shameful Display unless you have 2 people there. So if he has another conflict character, then that's fine. That's how it goes. But I don't think he does. So I attack into Shameful Display, and he didn't, so I break it. So now we're down to 3, and I gain 2 more honor. So I basically just recover the 2 honor that I lost from the Before the Throne. So now he has 2 little guys to my Keeper Initiate because his Consumed by 5 Fires basically cleared my board. I play that guy, and then he plays an Origami Master, which I had not seen that card. That's a very interesting card. I don't think it's very good. It's like it passes out honor tokens. I don't know. I don't think it's very good. But anyway, he buys 2 of them because he has to defend his stronghold now. I have 2 honor, and I have a stealther, so I'm like feeling pretty good right about now. Um, what am I doing here? I discard the storehouse to draw a card, and it is at this point when my throat is starting to hurt because this is the 6th game I'm commentating on in like the last 3 hours. Then I play the Spyglass on my Witch Hunter and the Skirmisher. Then I just do a little chump military, see what he's got under there. Excuse me. And it is, what is that? In transposition, so yeah. I wasn't going to break it militarily anyway, so sure, I'll just get the attack. He wins because he has the favor. I forgot about that. But it doesn't really matter. It was just a water ring. I took a fade off of it. Excuse me. So he's attacking with the 2 Origami Masters, and he hits Shameful Display, right? Yeah. So I honor his guy and dishonor. I dishonor his guy and honor my guy, so I'm winning 7-8. What do you do? Oh, right. He just honored his little person so he can re-honor his other person. It's only 1 glory on those Origami Masters, so it doesn't really matter. He moves his secret knowledge in, so he's really trying to win this hard. But I have a fan. He has 2 cards in hand, and he passes. So now I think like, why don't I just dishonor one of his guys? Now, I don't know why I did that, because once they lose, they have pride. They're gonna fucking get dishonored anyway. But I wanted him to dishonor his, I wanted to dishonor something. I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, I policy debate, see his hand, he has got a Bonsai and a Magnificent Kimono. So, the Bonsai isn't actually a card that will do something, whereas Bonsai is not. Or that hand thing is not. So I just going to attack here politically. Political Void of 5. I don't think I have the means to break it. Sure wish I did though. Okay, so he had some minor disconnection issues, but he's back. So Political Void of 5, I resolve the Void Ring to get rid of that one guy, and then I reprieve my Keeper Monk because he's honored and he has a fan. So he's a 3/5 right now. So that seems like a good character to keep around. I get the favor because I also have my Imperial Palace now, and his board is just that dishonored Origami Master. And now I'm like, this game's over next round, so I'm just going to discard that thing, the palace, because it's not going to go to next round anyway. I get 2 Shrewd Yasukis and Clan Champ and a storehouse. So I buy the 2 Yasukis, right? Yeah, I buy the 2 Yasukis. And he has an Asahina Storyteller, a Mia Mystic, and then that guy. So he could Mia Mystic right now to get rid of like a Spyglass or something like that, or he can wait until after he defends. But since he's first player, he could just do a chump attack and then do it. I'm not sure what he wants to do. He clouds the mind of the Steadfast Witch Hunter, which is fine. Man, there's actually like another 10 minutes to this game. I just do a... What did I do here? I just did a little chump military attack. I don't know why. I guess just to draw some defenders. And then I look at it, and I can get a mountain does not fall. That way I can defend with somebody and make them not bow if he decides to attack. Which, does he? He chose to pass his conflict. So now I just have to decide, like, can I get there? So let's see. Let's see if I can do it. 13 political. I get another card draw. And he's got 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7. His first action is just to bow the dude, which is fine. I'm currently winning, but not breaking. So naturally, what do? I want to check his hand. Right? No. First, I want to make him dishonor this guy, because then that guy's a 2, so I can duel him. Since my keeper initiate's 5, is that who I chose? No, I just went with the Witch Hunter. Witch Hunter's 5 to Athena Storyteller's 2. Get to look at his hand. A political rival, Seeker of Knowledge, Voice of Honor. None of them actually matter because of that, but I just discard one of them because why not? I'm winning but not breaking, and now I know exactly what's in his hand. I know exactly what he's capable of, so I can just what do I do here? Oh, I storehouse. So I storehouse to draw, and look at that. It's a Way of the Crab. This is why Way of the Crab's just obscene, because I just top deck Away the Crab from rebuild, that I rebuild a storehouse, and I top decked Away the Crab. I discard a Shrewd Yasuki to make him discard one of his characters, which was just enough to break the province, right? Should be. It's 10-3. He did get a card because the Athena Storyteller left, so let's see if that one card was something I had, and he passed. So I broke, did the Void Ring, and won. So, not that I really feel the need to continue to justify it, but Way of the Crab's a fucking great card. There wasn't all that much to learn from this game in particular. The guy was playing an interesting deck. Like I said, I'm 99.9% sure he was digging for Kakita Yoshi all game, because he was doing his best to keep the favor with the Imperial Palace. He has these Consumed by 5 Fires in his deck. You know, he seemed pretty intent on keeping the favor, so I imagine he was trying to go with the Kakita Yoshi Consumed by 5 Fires combo. I don't know how it's worked out in his other games, or if he's been playing this in the other games, but in this particular game it didn't really matter all that much. Granted, Consumed by 5 Fires is probably the weakest against Crab, because we have Reprieves, and now we have Iron Mines. At the time of this video I didn't have Iron Mines, but now I do. That card is crazy good. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you in the final round. I am 5-1 at this point, and basically secured a playoff seed, but needed to make sure, because there's a guy currently who still only had the one loss to me, because he had only played like 3 games at that point. I think he was like 2-1, so he could have reasonably gone 6-1, and if I lose my final game, then I could have been dropped down to a wild card slot. So we'll find out in the final game. Thanks for watching. Bye.